gaming. Is this working? This isn't usually where I capture footage. Good morning, afternoon, evening, or night. I am pleased to announce to all of you that we've recently hit 1,000 subscribers. I think you know what that means. Niche internet celebrity status, baby. Let's fucking go. I've hit it big, and today I am here to share my secrets with you. Have you been interested in running your own tournaments? Do you get confused when you log into challenge and you see 15 different options? Do you know which one's actually best? Well, I, your friend and internet niche celebrity, Dr. Oolong's here to tell you which brackets are great, which brackets suck. Yeah, that's really it, huh? All right, intro out of the way. Let's get into it. The primary objective of a tournament is to determine the best player out of a group of competitors. Competitors face off against one another in a series of games, otherwise known as a set. The winner of each set progresses forward to the next round until only one competitor is remaining. This most basic type of tournament is called a knockout bracket because losers are knocked out of the tournament and don't get a second chance to compete. In fact, you don't even need a formal bracket to run this. Just pair up players with one another, have them play a set, and then kick all the losers out and do it again until there's only one person remaining. If you're playing in person, you can even give each player an object, like a coin, and then have them forfeit it on loss. Keep doing this until one player has all the coins and then they win. But it's usually not enough to know who the best player is. We also want to know who the second best player is and the third best player. And if you get paired round one with a player like Jinx or Ding or, I don't know, some good Broken Edge player, well, your mom's gonna have to pick you up early. So let's take the opposite approach. Everyone plays everyone. Every match you win gets you 1 point, and the ranking of each individual player will be based on the total amount of points they have. This format, otherwise known as round robin, is really good at determining the specific position of each player in the leaderboard. However, with larger groups of people, it can get out of hand really fast. Plus, it's not just about who's better than who. We also want drama. We don't want to just play everybody willy-nilly. We want to play good matches against other people who are around our skill level. Every match in a tournament, if possible, should feel exciting and significant. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Now, to ensure that we have a good initial condition for the start of our tournament, we might want to design our round one matchups to give us the closest matchups, not only in that round, but going forward into the rest of the tournament. This concept, otherwise known as seeding, players stress immensely. But I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. It'll sort itself out. Now, seeding does not matter in round robin brackets. After all, you're playing everybody. Who cares what your first matchup is? In a knockout bracket, you actually want to pair your top seed, your best player, with your last seed, your worst player. You want to pair your second seed with your second worst player, and so on and so forth until everybody has a match that they're playing. Although this may seem counterintuitive, this ensures that the best players progress further into the bracket, and hopefully your best players meet each other in the grand finals. Besides, if someone truly is the best player, you might as well match them up with the worst player to avoid anyone else getting knocked out. But obviously, this can seem unfair. After all, what if you just had an off match? What if you had to forfeit? What if you just are playing someone that you absolutely cannot stand? Like Orphan. Well, what if we just didn't kick out people after losing? Let's try setting up our knockout bracket again, but this time we'll give everyone 2 lives. And to ensure even more even matches, we'll group everyone who's already lost a match into their own separate bracket. With that, we have arrived to what I feel is the peak of bracket design, the double elimination bracket. Beautiful. All the drama of a knockout tournament while incorporating some of the fair play of a round robin. In fact, I feel like double elimination is better because it has the potential to create closer matchups. That paired with the desperation of being on the brink of knockout, and you can get some pretty intense matches. The idea of placing players in another bracket after losing is actually called repertoire, which I believe is French for fly fishing. Although players stay in, it usually comes with some sort of penalty. The penalty in double elimination is that losers have to play more matches overall and usually they have to beat the winner of the winner's bracket twice. But you can extend this idea way past 2 lives. You can give players 3rd lives or 4th lives and introduce a 2nd or a 3rd loser's bracket. Let's keep moving our losers down into a different bracket after each round. Actually, let's do this based on the win-loss ratio, since each match is going to have a winner and a loser. With enough rounds, you should eventually get one person up at the top and one person down at the bottom. This is the idea behind the Swiss bracket, a bracket in which you get paired up with other players who have a similar win-loss ratio to you. It's not very pretty to look at, but it is good at efficiently determining the ranking of your players. There are plenty of other types of tournaments as well. You have extended league play, which uses some sort of algorithm or matching system over an extended period of time. You have leaderboard tournaments, where players get a certain number of tries to get the highest score possible. The ladder format, where players can challenge other players in the rankings to steal their spot. And group stage tournaments, where players play in smaller tournaments to qualify for the larger bracket. But there's one last thing you'll need in order to run your tournament: a way of managing it. Sure, you can't beat good old pen and paper, but we have technology. I personally have been using Challenge for quite a while now and only recently made the switch to TourneyBot specifically on Discord, but there are a ton of other websites available. A couple other pieces of advice on that too. Make sure your signups are public, that way anyone and everyone can join in. Make sure that you have some sort of check-in system, that way if players don't show up the day of, you don't have to completely reorganize your bracket. A waitlist system is pretty good too. Looking at you, TourneyBot. Looking at you, TourneyBot. And with that, hopefully I've given you the tools you need to start running your own tournament. Trust me, it's a lot of fun regardless of whether you're a competitor, a spectator, or a manager. I've been Dr. Oolong, and just remember, a doctor a day keeps the assholes away, and I'll see you all this weekend.